So today I'm doing a video response giving my opinions on something that has been in the comments a number of times on the video that I did on adjusting torsion bars. Now this is a comment that has been made saying that I did something wrong, and I want to clarify and maybe explain and recommend that maybe it is something that you should do and follow those comments. So the comment that always comes up is going to be, when I adjusted my torsion bars in that video, I did not put a jack underneath the front subframe cross member and relieve the pressure on the torsion bar. So normally you would take a jack, put it underneath the cross member, lift up the vehicle a little bit, not enough to take the tires off the ground, but just enough to relieve the weight of the vehicle off of the torsion bars. That makes the torsion bar bolts a lot easier to turn and spin. I just grabbed a breaker bar with the socket and I just kind of muscled through it. So do you have to put the jack underneath the front end and relieve the pressure? You know what, it's actually a good idea. You are relieving the pressure off of the eventual threads of the bolt you're turning. So especially if your bolt has been stagnant for 20 years and you just start cranking on it, it is possible that you could gall the threads and you could damage the threads and make it so that it's not going to thread smoothly. That being said, I didn't do that on my vehicle because I've had my torsion bars apart so many times and my bolts are fairly clean. They've been doused in PB Blaster over the years. They've been removed. They've been doused in anti-seize as well. And the first probably 3 times I adjusted torsion bars, I made sure, religiously, I put that jack underneath the front end and I raise up some of the vehicle weight off of it. And then one day I just kind of stopped because I was like, do I really need to do that? Is it really necessary? And it does slow things down because it is kind of a guess and check methodology. If you're putting a jack underneath the front end of the vehicle, raising it up just a little bit to relieve the weight off the tires, then you go adjust, and then you got to lower it down and see where you ended up, and then you got to raise it up again, then you got to adjust some more. It does make it a little bit more tedious and difficult to make this a timely adjustment. That being said, if this is the first time that you've touched your torsion bars, which I'm assuming it is, since it was a video on YouTube telling you how to do it, I actually would recommend that you douse those torsion bar adjuster bolts in PB Blaster or liquid wrench or some other penetrating fluid, and I would recommend you go ahead and put a jack underneath the front cross member and relieve the weight. It's just an added layer of protection to prevent any type of failure, and hopefully no one saw my video and then screwed up their bolts and damaged them because of that. Like I said, I've literally never had any problems with not putting the jack under there, but again, by the time I quit putting the jack under there, I already had my torsion bars out and the bolts cleaned up and doused in anti-seize and penetrating fluid. So your mileage may vary. As always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content of these videos. Comment below if you have suggestions for future videos.